Well, hey, it's Tiiu and
Michael Gross.
it's wonderful to have everybody here today. It's our regular Sunday, 2 o'clock, Words of Wisdom from Dr. Michael Gross. And I hope that everybody's having a wonderful day today. It's a beautiful sunny day up here in the Pacific Northwest. And because it's such a beautiful sunny weather that we're having, I think we're up to like 46 or something days without rain.
Wow, I didn't realize that.
Mm-hmm. Something very unusual for us up here in the Pacific Northwest. So what we're doing, because we don't want to be out there in the heat right now, and well, you know what? We're just going to go ahead and record this because that way we can go and enjoy the sunshine with everyone else. So you guys can watch it later, right?
That's the way I like it.
Yeah, we figured that if through the summer we're going to just go ahead and record. And that way we can get other work done, we can help other people, we can join family, that kind of thing. So the beautiful thing here is that if you don't watch this at 2 o'clock on Sunday, it's not going to matter.
Absolutely.
It's going to be on our Facebook page for a long time.
It's a replay.
Yeah, so come back and join us anytime. So on that note, I am really, really thrilled that I'm sitting next to Dr. Michael Gross, the author of Spiritual Primer. See that? Oh yeah, I gotta go this way. Michael, what am I doing?
The other way. There you go.
There we go. We don't know our sites, but this is an amazing book. And this, my friend, is an amazing man.
Thank you.
He has taught me so much in the time that we've been working together. So I'm going to go ahead because our topic today is
the thoughts of today become your reality tomorrow.
Glad he remembered that. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and introduce you to Michael. His name is obviously Dr. Michael Gross, and he's an author, professional keynote speaker, transformational coach, and an entrepreneur. For more than 3 decades, he's been on a spiritual path as an intuitive, a healer, a spiritual counselor, and a teacher. Excellent teacher. Highly recommend everybody gets in touch with him because what he teaches it's going to blow your mind. It really is. It's amazing. But on that note, I've just gone off on my little tangent.
All right.
So we'll come right back with through the guidance of spirit, Michael has assisted others in their personal quest for self-empowerment, helping them to create the lives. Sorry, Michael.
That's okay.
Helping them to create the lives they have long sought and to bring forth their intuitive abilities. Michael currently teaches classes in spirituality, self-employment.
Very good. And she's only had 3 waters, no alcohol. God, she's had the 4th one. We don't know what's going to happen.
I see. That's what happens when we end up with too much sun. It might be breaking my brain. I don't really know. But anyway, here we go. Michael teaches classes in spirituality, self-empowerment, Reiki, and other modalities. In concert with God, the true source, he has also achieved great success and miraculous healings. He remains humble, knowing the work that he does all comes from God, the true source. Michael lives in Lakewood, Washington, and has just launched his nonprofit, the International Institute of Self-Empowerment. I'm sorry I butchered up your intro.
That's perfectly all right.
But you know what? Welcome to my friend Michael Gross, and he has an amazing message, and I'm just going to go ahead and button it up and let him have the floor.
This is so exciting for us to do it. And, she's coming out with a new book, hopefully next month, Healing the Holes in Your Soul. But, and then I'll have the opportunity to talk with her and get even and interview her. So it'll be a lot of fun. But you can see we're very relaxed. We have a lot of fun. We joke around before we do this. We get really relaxed because, when I was talking to True Source, I said, why is spirituality so difficult? The answer I got, you humans have to make a big deal out of everything. So I made up my mind, or whether it's natural, I don't know. Keep everything light and fun and tell jokes and have a good time. Because we're supposed to have a good time. We're supposed to have fun on this planet. We're supposed to enjoy life. And gosh, we get wrapped up with so many things in our life. Oh my goodness. Do I have enough food? I got to go shopping. I got to take the kids somewhere. I don't know if I have enough money for this and all this stuff. And then we got the COVID virus going on and pressure to get the vaccine. And now they talk about the variant, on and on and on and on. It's like a soap opera of this planet right now. It's one thing after another. But one thing we got to realize is we all have choices. That's the most important thing we have to understand. We have choices. And understanding that we have choices. Where are our thoughts? Well, the True Source gave me a great quote, and that is what you think, you create. And what you create, you experience. Understanding that, look at the myriad of thoughts we have. Oh my gosh, we have thousands of thoughts a day. I'm hungry, got to go to lunch. When am I going to stop speaking? When this person going to shut up so I can do my work? Oh, my computer is so gosh darn slow. Oh, I forgot to call this person. And then you get somebody on the phone and yada, 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 drag on and drag on.
Then they don't hang up.
Yeah. And so, it goes on and on and on. I call it distractions. But some of them are important because sometimes a person needs to talk to you just to vent and heal. Recently, I had one of my clients that disclosed a very deep secret, and she said, "Oh, I feel so much better that I told you." And that's great. Now we can move forward. But we have to retrain ourselves. We have to realign our thinking. And the reason we have to retrain ourselves, realign our thinking is, first of all, there's an old expression in the news, if it bleeds, it leads. So they're going to talk about all kinds of catastrophes, all kinds of fears and doubts. And remember what I've said in the past, if you tell a lie long enough, people will believe it. Well, now we've got to take a look at our lives. Where are our thoughts? And because all thoughts are electromagnetic, what does that mean? It means there's an energy to it. And an electro, because they can measure energy, has an electrical current to it. It's magnetic because it draws into your life whatever you're thinking. So think about some of the things you've created. Oh, let's see, I want a parking spot in front of Macy's or Nordstrom's or whatever. And then you get distracted. Whoops, there's a parking spot. Boy, aren't I lucky. You're not lucky, you manifested it through your thoughts. Now, when I said the thoughts of today become your reality for tomorrow, depends upon what you're thinking, depends upon what you're hoping to gain in life. So let's talk about what you're hoping to gain in life. A while back, I did call the manifestation protocols, and there were 12 classes. And a lot of people said, grown, 12 classes, an hour and a half long. Well, by the time we had the 12th class, they go, it's over already? Wow, went really fast.
It was awesome. I was there.
Thank you.
It was excellent.
And the reason I'm bringing this up is I'm not trying to tell everybody when I do it again to be part of it. But I want to explain something. I had one person I talked to. I said, well, what do you want to manifest? I want a lot of money. I want to be very rich. Okay, I'll get back to you. I never invited her. That's the wrong reason. Money can't buy joy. Money can't buy health. Money can't buy friends, true friends. And money cannot heal your pain of the past. Think about that. Yes, you can hire a psychiatrist or psychologist, and perhaps they'll be able to help you. But more importantly, no one can help you unless you're willing to let go and move forward. I don't care what you are or who you are. So more importantly, those thoughts that you have, let's look at it kind of like a computer with a hard disk or the cloud. And you kind of think of something, it gets stored up there like the computer, you put it in the computer and it gets stored. And sooner or later, it comes into your life. Well, where did that come from? Oh yeah, I thought about that 6 months ago or yesterday. Think about that. So what you are doing is you are creating and recreating your life every day by your thoughts. So that old expression, be careful what you think, you may get it. It really does work.
Yeah.
And my motto in life, and I repeat it, if you don't know where you're going, you can't get lost. And I talked about being open the past weeks ago. And being out of control means being in control. So what we're doing is leading up to more and more thoughts for you to take control of your life. And really, what do you want in your life? Well, food, clothing, and shelter are basic needs. And then what else? Well, maybe joy, happiness, prosperity, abundance. How about after food, clothing, and shelter? Perfect health. You know, Steve Jobs talked about all his wealth. It didn't help him heal from his cancer. And he realized in the end he should have spent more time on his health and more times on himself. We're at a precipice at this time on this planet. Gosh, so much anger, so much hate, so much judgmentalness. Everybody, if you're not this or that, or you're racist or this, all the names we're coming up with, all we are is souls having a human experience. We're spiritual. And we choose whether ethnic background we choose to be, whatever that is. And we choose it for a reason, to learn and grow. So what if our thoughts were, we're all the same, we just got different clothing on? What does that mean? Well, we're different heights, different colors, male or female, or whatever you are. You speak different languages, you have different belief systems, all that. That's what we are. We came here for the experience. We came here to see what life is about. We came here to heal and eliminate our karma. There's a great word. You know, karma, just an experience. I remember I have 2 children, a daughter and a son. And I could explain something to my son and he'll get it. My daughter, she has to experience whatever's going around, mess up, and then understand it. Well, kudos to her. Kudos to my son. So you can learn it the easy way or the hard way, but either way, as long as you get it. But remember, your thoughts are creating everything. And your belief system is creating everything. But your belief system is based on your thoughts. Because you have to express the thought, whether you do it subconsciously, in your meditations, out loud, verbally, or think about it. You are creating it. And a fine example is this woman right here sitting next to me. And in the manifestation protocol, she said, oh, can you manifest a computer just by thinking of it? And I said, absolutely, because someone bought her a computer. She just thought about it. Pretty amazing. And how much energy? Well, I could use a new computer or something like that. That's it. Said a couple times. All of a sudden, there's the computer. There's the secret. Being positive. Saying, I desire a new computer, rather, I want a new computer. Oh, use the word desire, because wanting gets you wanting, hoping gets you hoping, wishing gets you wishing. Never gets the end product. But if I desire a new computer, then you'll obtain it, or whatever it is. And now the other secret is, what are the other thoughts? You see, 94% of our thinking comes from our subconscious mind, and 6% comes from our conscious mind. So in the old days, we'd say, well, it's a tape that plays over and over again. Now it would be more modern. It's an MP3 that goes into the cloud, which is your subconscious mind, and comes back to the conscious mind.
Can I throw something in here?
Sure.
Sometimes I have trouble retrieving things from the cloud. I wonder if that works in what you're explaining too.
It could very well be. And you know why? Because sometimes we're in denial. We want to face the truth, or as they would say, face the music. Kind of interesting, isn't it? So think about that. You're bringing back your thoughts. And as I said before, you're always comparing the past with the present. You know the bizarre example. I love the example. You want a hot fudge sundae? Yep. Because you know immediately what the answer is. You want a hot fudge sundae with jalapeno peppers and sauerkraut? Nope. You see, you've already compared that. You're already manifesting by your thoughts. You don't want that kind of an ice cream sundae. Or maybe you don't want a hot fudge. Maybe you want a strawberry. Whatever it is. But our thoughts are things. And my whole thought in sharing this with you is to be cognizant, being aware. What are you thinking? Because you are creating 24/7. And that's
Even when
important.
you sleep. Even when you sleep.
Even when you sleep, yes. You are creating it. You know, some people have bad dreams or frightening dreams, or they can't sleep because they're worried about what's going to happen tomorrow, or there's something traumatic going on in their life. You have a voice, you have a soul, and you are free to create with your voice, with your thoughts, and your soul whatever you so desire. See, take a look at energy. All energy is neutral. So we'll take a look at electricity. Energy, right? I got an electric wire here. My electric wire. I can hook it up my stove and cook. I can hook it up my furnace. What can I do? I can heat myself. Or my air conditioner. Or I can have power to my house. Or I could start a fire or kill someone with it. See, energy is neutral. How are you using the energy? Conversely, if you are all energy, which we are, because scientists says we're atoms, particles, molecules, neutrinos, and so on. That energy has created your body. How? By your thoughts. Then think about this. If all thought is energy, which they can measure and tell you it is, and it's electromagnetic, what thoughts are you having throughout the day to create your day or your tomorrow or the future tomorrows? We have to be aware of what we're thinking. And I talk to so many people with, they're worried about the coronavirus, et cetera, and they're living in fear. Is it going to affect them? Well, there's a universal law. The law says what you fear the most, you're going to attract in your life. Well, why would I do that, Michael? And the answer is because you realize it is a no thing, not nothing, a no thing. In other words, you gave power to something that it was just floating by, kind of neutral with the thought. And you grabbed it. You took ownership of it. And you became fearful of it or insecure about it. Think about all those things. I don't think many of us on this planet really realize that we are creating our lives 24/7. We're creating every experience. For me, I got enough in my life, enough experiences that were challenging. Notice I don't say bad, but challenging. And that's one of the ways I learned through the challenges. Other ways I've learned what people have said. In other ways, there's listening to your heart. It really found right? Does it really sound right? Is it really safe? Think about that. And I mentioned this before, but I get people, I can't do this, Michael, I can't get. And after listening to that for a couple of minutes, I finally can't take it anymore. And I go, what you're telling me is you can't. You won't, you won't, you won't. And they stop and look at me. And either they won't answer me or give me an argument, and that's the telltale sign. They don't answer, it means they're contemplating it. If they're getting angry with me, I went, push your button. Because you can't be angry about something unless you have a fear, a doubt, or a block about it. Some of you, it's like going up to a person that, let's say they're at their perfect weight. You go, wow, you literally look great. Looks like you put on a couple pounds. You look wonderful. Oh my God, that's the kiss of death. You sound the wrong words. You said the wrong word. Oh my gosh. But yet you're complimenting them because maybe they were too thin. Or if you say you look great, looks like you took off some weight. Yeah, well, what's wrong with that? Like they got a chip on their shoulder. Sometimes we have to take things at face value, not read into it. I remember I was explaining something in the classes I was teaching, and this one student, she questioned every word, every thought. And finally, one of my other students, she went, when Michael is saying, take it at face value, see the walls on this room? They're white. You got it? Not gray white, pink white, orange white. They're white, not dull white. They're white. Get it? And the other student stopped and thought about it. Why are we always analyzing? Why are we always doubting? Because we're looking for proof. Why are we looking for proof? Because we doubt. Why do we doubt? Because we feel insecure. We have low self-worth, self-love, and self-esteem. But yet, if you look at your life and saying, everything in my life I participated in and I created, what happens if I turn the page a little differently and start thinking a little bit more positive? It's going to happen then in my life. And of course, think about it. When something wonderful happens in your life, something really good, say, I give thanks for this wonderful experience. I give thanks to the true source. I give thanks for this abundance. How about when you pay your bills, whether you do it online or write a check? I give thanks for the abundance to pay my bills. What do you think would happen? Well, what you're telling the universe, you like it, so you want more. But the universe is neutral. If a person says something always bad happens to them, that's what'll happen. They say something always good happens, it'll happen. And look, the old stupid stition about a four-leaf clover. Oh, it's going to be lucky. I got my four-leaf clover. I don't know where that started from, but people believe it's going to bring good luck. You know what happens? It does. Not the four-leaf clover. It's your belief in it. Or it's the athletic person that says, I got my lucky shirt on. I'm going to hit a great ball as a baseball or play great golf or volleyball or basketball or whatever you're doing. And they do. It's not the shirt that's lucky. It's their belief that it is. Where are your beliefs? Think about that. Tiiu, how are we doing on time?
Ooh, you've got about 9 minutes.
All right, good.
We've got time.
Understanding what your belief is going to be phenomenal. And I remember one time I was in Aruba.
You went to Aruba?
I went to Aruba.
Wow.
And I was an international business consultant. Anyway, I was with one of the directors. He said, oh, this is my favorite slot machine. It's always lucky. And he pulls it once or twice, and maximum you could win is $500. Oh, okay. So I started thinking, it's going to be my lucky thing. And I really concentrated on it. Next day I put in $1, nothing. Next day I put $1 in, won $500. And they looked at me, you only put $2 in? Yeah. And I realized I manifested it. Now one would say, well, it's happen chance. Really? It's happen chance? If you want to believe it's a happen chance and it's never going to happen again, congratulations. You will only do it that way. Pretty amazing. And how did I affect the machine? I don't know. Maybe machines will pay off after so many pulls. And at the right time, I went to the machine. It was the right number of pulls, which were 2, and I won $500. It was pretty cool. If you want to know what I did, I bought my wife a beautiful opal set of earrings and necklace. And because I was on my way to Australia and things are a lot cheaper in the duty shop. But that was a number of years ago. So you see, there are no accidents. And everything you think about this moment is going to be recreated, drawn into your life, either now, tomorrow, or in the future tomorrows. What do you want your life to be like? Truly. And one of the things, a friend of mine did some research about people in a nursing home. And the research was, what do you regret the most? And they said they regretted not following their dreams. They did what was expected of them, or they were too imbued with the thought that I have to be rich or have money. But now they're sorry they didn't do other things to enjoy life. Think about that, what you're creating. These days and times, I run across so many people, and they're all talking about money, 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 money. Not everybody, but they're talking about that, or a better car, or whatever. But truly, think about it. If you get a Toyota Corolla or a Chevy, or you get a Rolls Royce, both get you to the same point. Both have air conditioning. Both are comfortable. One's status and one isn't. The most important thing is, in life, everything is experience. And if you're manifesting for the experience of it, and then you can walk away from it, say, been there, done that. Hey, take my Rolls Royce. I don't need it anymore. I found what it's like. There's not many people that can do that. But that person that does that goes on to the next step and the next step. And I want to share one other story. As I told you, I was an international consultant. And now I'm in Antigua. That's the way they pronounce Antigua. And I watched the people there. And they had one central water system. And a lot of them were Christian. And the kids went to school in whites that were starched by hand. The whiters were white and could be. Here I am staying in an Italian villa. They're treating me like gold. I didn't complain, by the way. But I looked at all the people and I went, wow, they're singing, they're happy. Remember, one central water system. They had to go to the faucet. And you know what I learned? Less is more. They had more time to enjoy life. Rather than to buy all the toys, all the accoutrements to make them feel good, but they're so busy having to pay for it, they can't really enjoy it except for a little bit. My message is here is think about what you're thinking about. Spend time, because what you think you create, you experience. And again, the thoughts of today become reality of tomorrow. What is your life about? And if your life is about joy and happiness, say, I had a great life. I had a lot of fun. Rather than saying, well, I'm worried about my kids, worried about business, worried about my money, worried about my house. Because actually, most things you do, you worry about. You're insecure about. You're unsure about. And you're always looking for those kudos. Always looking for that pat on the back to make you feel good. Why? The reason is you want to be accepted. The reason is you have low self-worth, self-love, and self-esteem. Well, all of us on this planet are at a precipice. And this precipice is all about finding out who you are, what's your purpose, and why you're here. What is your mission and goal? So remember, the thoughts of today become your reality for tomorrow. How are we doing on time, Tiiu?
We're good, Michael. I wanted to go ahead. Shall we carry on and talk about your Tuesday night call-in stuff?
Absolutely. I'll let you take over. You're good at it.
Hopefully I will.
I appreciate it.
I will.
Beauty before age.
He's such a sweetie. I wanted to say, when you were talking about the story about keeping it simple, and it reminded me of, just really quick, it reminded me of when I was in Cameroon. And this village where we were at, I was on a mission trip, and they got their water from the river, and the river was a long way away. And they would take whatever containers they had and go get water. And these little kids, 6 years old, were carrying containers on their shoulders and on their head. And when I looked at the water was really not very clean. And one of our goals was to make sure they had a clean water source. And I'll never forget the day I saw these children pumping the new well and the water that came out and the joy on their faces just to have the clean water right where they could get to it without walking a mile to the river. You know, this is what I believe that our life is about, how we share the simple things, the gifts that are here. You know, everything that we need is here, right, Michael?
Absolutely.
Everything is here, and it's not in the dollars and cents or what you drive or what you wear. These children were playing with nothing more than, plastic tops off old containers. And some of them ran around naked, and they didn't even have their parents there in the village anymore. The parents were gone. And just to know that, when we live in a very, very, we are very blessed to live where we live, if we're here in the US or in Canada and, some of the other countries. But there are places out there that they are so far away from any of the luxuries that we have here. And our luxuries are simple. It's just like walking into the grocery store. So remember that, because it is what we think. you know, and what we think we create. You know, when we look at all this and we have an abundance here, we need to look at our abundance and remember how we can share it and enrich someone else's life.
You're absolutely right. So thank you for sharing that. Remember, less is more.
Yeah.
That's what I learned. That's what Tiiu was talking about.
So on that note, Michael does the Tuesday night calling, and I will make sure that everything is in the comments below when we go live on this one. Michael, do you have a number you want to share with them?
So it's 6:30 Pacific Daylight Savings Time to roughly 7:30, 7:35. And the telephone number is 515-604-9097. That's 515-604-9097. And there's an access code, and it's 125-446-pound. 125-446-pound. And that'll get you into it. And you can ask any question, and I deliver a 10-minute message. While I'm on that subject, the second Saturday of every month at 9:55 a.m. Pacific Daylight Savings Time, I do what I call a mass consciousness healing. And I give a little introduction talk for a few minutes, then it's done in silence till 11:01. Then we come out of the meditation. The experiences people have had have been incredible. It doesn't take very many of us to make a change, just a few with a heartfelt desire. And may I add, my goal is to get 1% of the population to embrace unconditional love. And although that sounds monumental, I believe that I will be able to achieve it with your help, because each one of you are an instrument of the true source to create the healing on this planet of unconditional love, change this planet, to turn it into the proverbial Garden of Eden. That's how important you are. And the telephone number is the same, 515-604-9097. You already have it. And 125-446-pound. The reason I do it slow, do you ever have someone, hey, Michael, call me. No, it's 253-667-452. Give me a call. Bye. Like, what? I got to play it 5 or 6 times to get it. So please, in the future, everyone, it's one of my things. Give you a number slowly. And I know you've got something else you want to share.
I do. I'm all excited.
Go for it.
Michael also has a recorded call, and you can dial into this anytime you're free. It's about a 10, maybe 15-minute call, and he has recorded messages. I believe you have 178 or something like that now.
Yes.
And here is the number. I will go slow.
All right.
He's scolded me a couple times. It's 515-606-5211. One more time. 515-606-5211. And it's the same access code. 125-446-pound. For some reason, I started with number 3. I think there are 180 now. So go punch in the number 3 through 180 or whatever. And when you're stuck in traffic and you're grumbling and you're unhappy with the traffic, just listen to a recorded message. It'll make your day. Thank you for sharing that information to you. You're welcome, Michael. One more time, I'll make sure that his information is in the comments, and also a link where you can get this right yet. Get his book. It's an amazing book, The Spiritual Primer, and I'm super excited that everyone has an opportunity to go ahead and get their hands on that book. So on that note, Michael, are we good?
We're good. I like that book. I like it.
You know, I had to read this more than once. I've read this many times, and I'll tell you right now, chapter 3 is my favorite.
All right.
Not sure why, but I just love chapter 3. Okay, you guys, thank you so much for your time. We're going to give your Sunday back to you. And whenever you're watching the recording, we appreciate you so much. Leave a comment below, because we love to hear from you. And if you have a topic you want to talk about, put that in the comments too, because you know what? I bet we can get Michael to talk about it.
Absolutely. Share this with all your friends. Make a difference.
You bet.
Thank you, everyone. Namaste.
Namaste. Thank you.